Welcome back, everybody, and in light of the last demo review that I did, I briefly touch on that he was playing the B post plant incorrectly. I did an A site Mirage post plant video, and that did alright, so I guess I will do a B site post plant video. So, first off, it depends on where you get bombed down. Kind of depends on where you get bombed down. If you're in a 1vx situation or a 2vx situation, you want to have some sort of way to have an eye on bomb. So right here, this little corner, and even like right here, this is considered the default planting spot. This is where most people are going to plant at higher levels when they just jump out window and go here. Okay, if the bomb, let's say you do a split or a full mid take, if the bomb comes up cat, it's most likely that it's going to be planted for cat. And when it's planted for cat, it's planted on the left side of site here. It's not planted here, it's planted here. A couple, well, and this is a completely worthless plant spot, because when you're planting the bomb, let's say site's clear, you're planting the bomb, they're going to be rotating through market unless you have some sort of market control. And once bomb gets planted here, they can hear it through the sound cue that it's on this side, and you either have to have a teammate flash you out, or you have to hope that they don't frag you as you peek into a different angle. So this plant spot, it's used a lot in lower ranks because they're not thinking of the repercussions of planting there, but don't plant there. Some underrated planting spots, it's a bit hard to, but if let's say you're in a 1v1 situation and you've completely faked out the defense and they're on A and you have B site, instead of just doing a quick plant default or cat, if you plant here, this opens up so much for you. You can now peek the bomb from market window, which is very hard to defend. You can play back bench, you can play in apps, you can play either arch side cat. There's just a lot more opportunities to win it if you do plant here, but I would only suggest planting here if you know that you're not going to get fragged, because it's literally open to everything, and that's why it's a good planting spot and also a bad planting spot. This planting spot here is a bit underrated. It's hard to do, or it's really not thought to do that often, just because you're completely open to cat. You're not really open to market. They would have to push through a decent amount to get you. So instead of planting default, if let's say you kill the guy cat, you can actually go right here and plant here. This is a bit better. One, because it allows your cat player to hang back here and you can still peek it. If you want to make sure that you plant on the edge here. If you plant here, then the person defusing it can stay behind the box and tap it. So you'd want to plant towards the edge. But so you can have a cat player. Somebody up market doesn't have to reach all the way around. They can see the guy like there. And they don't have to wide swing. There's a lot less cover. If they do tap it, there's a lot less cover for them to get behind. And also, it is wall bangable. So this was a big part of the meta probably a year ago, maybe a little over that, but I haven't seen too many people do it since then. I don't know why. So you get in this corner, you crouch, and just like, I guess you can line it up. It's really like a feeling. Right about here, if you just like tap through, yes, that's high. You can even aim a bit lower than that, but if they're here diffusing, that's going to be a headshot. You don't want to be spamming directly at the ground here. That's not going to do too much, so you want to find an in-between, maybe like at this line. That's going to hit some good body shots, and it should only take about 5 to 6 bullets with an AK to kill them. But obviously, this would not really work out that well in a 1v1. I mean, there's different ways that it would work out, and there's different ways that it wouldn't work out. It really depends on the skill level. Okay. And it depends on what the other guy's playstyle is. If the other guy's playstyle in a 1v1, let's say bomb's down there, and you're in back apps waiting for the defuse sound. If his playstyle is to clear out every angle, and his last resort is to tap it, then yeah, it's probably going to work out, because you're going to spam him, he's going to get off, he's probably going to throw maybe a molly here if he has it left over, he's going to hold there, he's going to spam back at you, and the timer's going to run down. The reason why it's not too good of like to play then on a 1v1, if the bomb is planted here, a higher level player is going to immediately spam back through that, which is fairly easy to be spammable. and you could get shot. So I would suggest, if you are going to play this spot in a 1v1, you're going to want to hold apps. Even though you can hear them if they come up, you're going to want to hold apps or even hold back here just in case. And don't line it up until you actually hear them tap it. And then you can go and line it up, and there you go. Ignore the spray. So getting all the different like small things out of, well, aside, different like niche plant spots and different ways to think about it. Let's say it's a normal take, you plant default, okay, and you have people coming out apps. You want your last player to stay in apps because they will have information if they're running up underpass. They will probably be the ones to hear that since they are the last ones in there. But obviously if there's problems or issues taking site, they have to give up holding the flank, because the more important thing is getting bomb down so they actually have a reason to hold a flank. Also, I normally jump out window and look at this corner. There's different entry paths that you can take. As an entry, I would jump out window. I wouldn't just walk into the guy who's probably playing van or jail, just because, like, so even if I jump out window, this guy can get me. But by me jumping out window and running as an entry, just making a lot of space between me and the second entry, this allows the second entry to trade out my death. So like, I'm not expecting to be the one playing post plant by jumping out and entering. I'm expecting to get hopefully one kill, and just get as much ground as possible. And by me running out, if there's a guy in jail, he's gonna shoot me, but that allows my second entry to come over here and shoot him or get the trade. So really remember, as you're entering, and this goes for any site, anywhere, any map, if you're the entry, your job is not to kill everybody or get the first kill. Your job is to get the first contact, right? So as an entry, you don't want to be doing this. You're not going to be taking it slow unless it's like a slow contact play, or it's called for this. But as a entry, you are not going to be playing like that. You're going to make sure that van's clear. Obviously, here, I'll do a little run through if I'm entering. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that van is clear. I'm pre-aiming here, and then once I'm open to this angle, I'm going to be pre-aiming that. I'm going to be making sure that nobody's there. And then once I like clear this market angle, I'm just going to go jump out and just get as wide as possible. So now if there's a guy van, he knows I just got out. His attention is going to be drawn to me, allowing other players to jump out. If there's a guy cat, his attention is going to be drawn to me, allowing other players in apps to kill him. So that's getting out onto site. Now let's actually talk about what the video is about. Post plant. Alright, we're going to be going over every position because there's not that many. Apps right here is kind of good. You don't want to be all the way back like here, because the market guy can peek you. If it's an opper, he could get your leg. So you're going to be a little up here. I would not suggest crouching, because the whole reason of being up on the chair is making it harder for them to flick up to you. By crouching, you make their flick distance less. So you want to just be close here, up. That's a good angle. Back in kitchen, this is alright if you're going to plant here. Everything else, like, you don't really want to hang back here unless it's a 1v1. You can sit right here, and then you can peek bomb. Van, it's kind of shitty if you do hold van. This is a really tough angle to get frags from, because you can only see their heads, and they have so much cover. And then you have to be worried about cat as well. Oh shit, dude, they fixed the crack in the wall here in the Mirage update. Damn. There used to be like a little crack that you could see. Ignore me. I'm just noticing things about the map. So that's alright. But not the best. Bench allows a lot of different plays. You can hold here, which is a complete off angle, because if you're coming out here, you're not going to be looking at that side bench here. You're going to be clearing sight. So this is a nice off angle. You have to be worried about the people coming out of market door. You can even play a bit like more open. You don't want to be too open so they can see you there. Or you can be this open and hold that. But if you're here, the market player is coming out, and he's like pre-aiming you, and you're there, and he's looking there, you have the advantage. Heads down right here. I mean, it's okay in a 1v1. It's not too good in a 2v or 3v, just because you want to be helping your teammates. You don't want to push into market like this. Horrible for post plant, unless you know that they're on like USPs and you're frag hunting or something. Other than that, it's horrible. Right here is a good angle. If you want to completely meme the guy, they can't see you as they're walking out. I would be careful that your gun's not sticking out, your model's not sticking out. So maybe like this, and you can snap onto him. This is used a lot. I would not use this in a 1v whatever situation. This is your team's up post plant position. In lower levels, you're gonna see people get up on here, hold this, and in 1vx situations, hold this or like stay right here. You don't want to crouch here because your model is actually wider when you crouch. If you stand up tall, you're skinnier, and then you can peek out into the people. That's alright. Maybe at a lower level, it works a lot. Cat, the best case scenario for B is that you get a plant down cat the left side of sight, and you have somebody here. This is really hard to defend against as a CT unless you have proper utility, which at that point in the round you probably do not, since you've either wasted it on saving the site and then retaking the site. You probably won't have it left over. So this is best case scenario. Arch or get right is also very effective, because you can use this as any sort of cover that you need. But besides that, I think that covers most of it. It's not really too in-depth. It's just like, don't push in and do dumb shit. A nice off angle and market that most people, I haven't seen anybody but me do this. Hippity hop up onto here. You don't have to hit a B hop. You can get up on here and jump. And you're crouched, but you can stand up on there. And that's a really good angle to catch a rotator off. But if you just practice jumping up on there, that's nice. See, I'm standing up right now, but I can't see. If I'm crouched, I can see into jungle, and you can get a lot of people who are just crouching through here. And they're not going to be pre-aimed right there, so you can catch a couple people off guard. So that's good. Also, side note, PSA, you don't jump to get up on this. All right, you walk up against it. I just held W right there. You walk up against it as I accidentally jump. Can I do it one more time? There we go. You just walk up against it. It's not even that good of an angle. Maybe if you're like solo B side hold and you want to see if somebody crosses, you can then fall back, but then they know where you are. It's not like super good of an angle, but that's how you do it. I've seen too many people. I've been playing a lot of matchmaking lately, and my rank's lower in matchmaking because of rank decay, and so it's just seeing people like trying to, oh, alright, well, jump up on here like this. That's bad. Also, if you're playing B side, this is turned into a B player video. You can jump spot this, which allows you to see cat. Also, if you're boosted, you can actually hold this angle, which is pretty sick. I know clipped to boost. But I think that wraps it up. I covered more than I expected to cover. Thank you all for watching. Have a good day.